What's up, Beast Midi Lurkers? Today's one of those days where I for sure wish I had one of those swinging arms for my microphone, so I can kind of just have it more in like this floating region, somewhere around in here, instead of having this whole mic set up on my table here, and I can kind of have more space. But that is what it is. I'll have to save my pennies to make that happen. So today I wanted to show that probably hopefully I don't do too much banging noise with this mic on the table, but my first loot crate. I'm pretty excited about this. I've heard of Loot Crate, and obviously there's a ton of different monthly things, just like the Beast Midi Print Club, which you could subscribe to today, where every month you get a special edition print, and it's numbered and signed, or it's dated and signed, I should say, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm really excited for it. Actually, I think it's obviously a monthly subscription is not an original idea, but I feel like in the photography world it is. I think it's a cool thing to kind of look forward to. I at first I was gonna do larger prints. If you've noticed, when I first started, they were a larger size. I brought it back down to the 8.5 by 11, because obviously with bigger prints, you only have so much space, and they're harder to store if you wanted to just collect them. So the 8.5 11 is a solid, it's a basic size really. So it's easy to find things to store them in, and and you can hang them up as well. There's, you have a lot more. There's a lot more options with the size that big, which also brought the price down from my original post of it as well. So yeah, you could do a monthly subscription, or you can do a 12-month and have 2 months free. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's going to be a fun thing to shoot for as well. When there's something like that, it'll be something for me to kind of withhold my from Instagram and everything else, and kind of just have a specific photo for it. The October one's pretty good though. It has been posted before, but I don't really want to say what it is. If if you followed my work, and with it being the month of October, you might be able to figure out which photo it is. So it's a little spoiler for this month. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to really kind of going at it, and yeah, I think that's kind of pretty much where I'm going with that. Is there might be some other things I want to try to do with the Beast Midi Print Club as well. It might be some type of discounts towards the merch. That's another thing I want to try to do. Maybe certain months will be different types of things. So yeah, definitely look forward to all that as well. Discounts and special offers that I'm not posting elsewhere. So let's move on. I've always wanted some type of monthly thing, and I've always been like, it's a lot of them are kind of expensive. There's some that are $50 a month, and that's obviously real pricey. And didn't want to go that route. And I've heard of Loot Crate, and I've heard a few people who've had it, and I like the idea of the surprise. You know, I'm I feel like like generally, like most people, you don't really want to spend too much on yourself, um, and and then you kind of know what you want to get when you know you know you know what you want usually. So whether it's you save up for it, or when you get paid or whatever, you just go get that item. And I think with something like a monthly service, I think that kind of brings that element of well, surprise for sure, but um, I feel it's like when you're a kid and you get like a gift or something, or or at school you're to get something, or it's something you're not really like, oh, I'm gonna get this thing, so I'm gonna save up or work for it. Um, Obviously you are working for it because you're technically paying for the items, but in the same way, it kind of brings that to me at least, where I've always felt like I've had to like work for everything, kind of even from the young teenage years and on. Um, so it's kind of cool to have something that's just like All right, yes, it showed up in the mail. Let's see what it is. And I kind of just like that idea, because even people know what you want. You know, what I mean, whether your hobby is gaming and you have this game that you want to get, or there's a shirt that you want, or whatever, basketball or a football or anything. It's kind of like this is just brings that whole type of excitement, and I always like the idea of looking forward to something, and I think that's just basically what it really comes down to as well is um, the element of surprise with the whole anticipation of what's to come. So that's what I'm excited for the print club, and that's what I'm excited for this loot crate. This is my very first one. I never really like looked at one in person. I've seen someone get. I wasn't even too sure if it was Loot Crate or a different company, but I've seen some items that someone got, and obviously I've kind of, through ads or whatever has been online, I've obviously come across things here and there, but I've never actually seen a full-on setup in person. So I was real excited to receive it. And let's see what we got going on here. So the cool thing with Loot Crate is you get a shirt every month. And so obviously you just put your shirt size in and you get a shirt. And I'm trying to remember what I ended up doing back in September. I knew I wanted to do it. So it's funny how I was talking about saving up to get something. I knew I wanted to it was kind of like one of those things I kind of like almost like gifted myself. Doing like photography work. Sometimes I usually like to treat myself with a little something, and usually photography stuff goes. I have to put money back into photography. It's a whole process, and obviously it costs money to run everything and operate as a website and a store and all. Obviously everything in life costs money. So I actually ended up paying for the year for the discounts. It made more sense, and I didn't have to worry about a monthly payment. I like the idea of just doing it. I knew I wanted to do it, so yeah, I don't have to. It's done, and now I just get a package every month, and I just that was just my decision. Obviously, it kind of makes sense too to do monthly if you don't want to spend all at once. That's totally understandable as well. That's something I might do next year. I just kind of wanted to, I knew I wanted to do it, and I figured actually it's also I got a bonus crate coming. I don't know when it comes either, so there's perks obviously to paying up front, just like anything in life, I guess. Um, they just know you're staying around, so. All right, so the first shirt I got is a Ghostbuster shirt. This is super rad. It's kind of almost like a throwback, 80s style, early 90s, maybe more 80s. I don't know. Probably because obviously Ghostbusters came out that time, kind of the throwback nostalgia for that film, and it's cool. Yeah, I mean it stands out compared to the standard uh, Ghostbusters logo, and they do have their own exclusive gear. So that's pretty rad. That's what I'm excited for too, because I never buy myself clothes. I have this. I just don't. I wear the same gear. So it's cool to get kind of. I don't wear too many like random graphic tees, but this is kind of exciting to kind of like just randomly get them, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's check this out. This is pretty cool. Let's crack this open. Oh wow, there's. Yes, it's just basically like a similar to like a Lego style. Pretty rad there. Stick that right back in the box. That's what's cool too. You know what I mean? Like, it's all there's different types of boxes. I'm actually not too sure what my style is. I guess I should have known or should look that up before I started this video. But it's the standard one. I think they have like pets, and they have yeah, they have another one. I feel like there's one that's just like I don't want to say one wrong. Mine's just like the general like pop culture. I don't know if that's what they call it or not. This pin is super rad. I don't have pins, but I think they do have a pin in every crate as well. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to all those. That's a really rad one. It's so sick. Yeah, so maybe I'll have start having a pin collection in my camera bag or something like that. So this is a classic show. To be honest, I haven't seen that many of this, Buffy Vampire Slayer, but that is a super rad bookmark. Yeah, it's a show I feel like that was always on. I feel like it must have been on before or after a program that I watched. Um, it's funny too. Like, yeah, I've seen some episodes, but it's something I would actually like. I wouldn't mind kind of checking out and kind of seeing what I think now. For whatever reason, it kind of I didn't watch it when I was younger. Besides just catching it on TV, because I remember being on quite a bit. So that's something I should probably look into, because I might like it a lot now. So I'm a huge fan of Stranger Things, as many are. I'm not even too sure what this is. It says adult collectible, not a toy. It's 11 versus the Demogorgon. Super emo friends. That's cool. Yeah. Artist series. Let's check this out. Oh yeah, so this is sick. This is from spoiler if you haven't seen the first season. I feel like you should already have seen it by now, but yep, that's a good scene at the end of the series. There's a booklet in here too. I feel like, let's see. Okay, all the things, and okay, there we go. That works. So yeah, there's a booklet. So this is mythical. I can't read. The mythical October 2017 Loot Crate. Yeah, basically it goes over all of the items that you received. And it looks like that's pretty cool. Follow the instructions and your crate can be turned into Thor's hammer. That's pretty rad. I wonder if they do that for every box that can be like converted into something. Oh, this is what the Stranger Things looks like. That's really rad. Definitely displaying that, that's for sure. I think it's cool too. One awesome thing about this is, you get a crate of different items, and like say I've never really been into like Thor or anything like that too much. But the cool thing is these are things that you can give away. You know what I mean? It's so that's the cool thing too, is like you can kind of like pay it forward to someone else or something. So if like say if you got this and you didn't really like Buffy, but you knew someone who really liked Buffy, you got something rad for them. I think that's what's cool too. You know what I mean? There's basically something for everyone in these things. I feel like if you're into pop culture, or even like obviously if you're nostalgic, I think you'll love these types of things. And I know I do. I mean, when I got this crate, it was so funny. Like I just was instantly excited, and that was the point. And I kind of felt like I knew I would be, and it's so funny. Like I feel like it was years of thinking about doing a monthly subscription, and that's kind of like the whole process of me coming up with the Beast Midi Print Club. Is like I always enjoyed the idea of doing it, and I wish I would have started a long time ago. Obviously, I feel like I'm the same as everyone. It's like, oh, it costs money and that type of thing. But, I feel like, I'm responsible with money. I like to save money. But at the same time, you have to, enjoy yourself. I mean? I think that's kind of, life's short. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So little things like this where it's like, a small monthly payment, or if you wanted to save up and just say, I just want to do this all at once, or that type of thing. I think it's kind of worth it, because now I have 12 months of being like every month I'll be excited to get a crate, and I think that's cool. And that's why I wanted to do my own thing with the Beast Midi Print Club, and I definitely want to do this every month and just kind of show them off, and kind of talk about it. And I think it's a cool thing, and if you have it as well, it'd be cool to tag your video, and I'd like to see what you think. And or if you're not making a video, just post a comment and let me know what you think of the items, and even if you get one or not, Maybe cool to see what you think about them, because it is pretty rad that they have exclusive items. I think that makes it a little bit more fun as well, because it's not something you just go to the store and buy. It makes it a little bit more fun as well. And yeah, that's my first loot crate. I want to thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel, and give it a like. I would appreciate that. And I'll talk to you guys soon.